Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm gonna do a Star Wars rant. Okay, so I've been watching this Ahsoka series, and I got a couple of things I gotta get off my chest here. Now I've been watching the Star Wars ever since I was a kid. I didn't see the first one in the theaters, but I saw the second one. I saw Empire Strikes Back. I saw the Return of the Jedi. So I kind of grew up with Star Wars. By no means a fanatic, right? But it was just something I watched, something I've been following over the years. Um, and they ever since Disney bought it, they've been kind of going off the rails a little bit. Um, some people have had major problems with the way Disney has been going. I think the Last Jedi was one that like really pissed a lot of people off. I mean, I didn't. There was a lot of things in that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it wasn't like like I wasn't like, okay, I'm never gonna watch this again. A lot of people didn't like the one with Solo, with the younger Han Solo. I forgot the name of that one was. I mean, I kind of like it. I think that the problem with that was that the one before it had pissed people off, and that's why the Han Solo one didn't do so well. But overall, I've up until this point, right, when I was watching all of these Star Wars movies, right, I was, you're like, you're sitting there, you're kind of like rooting for the rebels or for the Republic, but with this Ashoka series, they and I'm only into episode 2, right? I watched the first one, I watched the second one. They're up to episode 8. I mean, again, I'm not a fanatic, so I just kind of watch it whenever I get around to it. So I'm up to episode 2, and this is the first time that I'm like rooting for the Empire. Okay, I'm so disgusted with these characters on the I guess Rebellion / Republic side. I'm so disgusted with these characters that I'm rooting for the Empire. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering if there's other people out there that are starting to feel the same. What the thing that's making me sick is they're like really pushing this wokest bullshit, right? This woke leftist socialist BS to the max. Okay, so they've got on the Republic side, they've got these 3 characters. They got the character Ahsoka. There's this green general chick. All right, she's supposed to be general. She comes across more like a high school guidance counselor. Okay, so that's a very weak. And I mean I don't mean the character comes across as weak, not so much as in what the character's doing, but in the way it's being presented, I think. So the green general chick is weak. Like I said, she's more like a high school guidance counselor type of personality. And then you got the Asian Boba Fett chick. I'm just referring to her as Asian because I don't remember her name. It's the only thing that kind of makes her stand out to me. And through the first one, right, when I watched the first episode, I was like, well, I don't know, maybe, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like her or not like her. I wasn't sure, but in the second one, she started becoming really annoying, and I think they kind of put it over the top when they had her like cut her hair off. I'm like, okay, what kind of point are they trying to make now? Like now she's gone like full feminist. Okay, so now the Ashoka character by herself, I think would have been fine if they didn't have like 2 other characters pushing like that strong independent woman, right? Because they're really pushing it. They didn't need those other 2 weak characters backing her up. Okay, they didn't need those other 2 characters because that actually creates, overall it creates weakness. Okay, they should have just left Ashoka alone to do her thing. Okay, and then just had maybe 2 other characters, pushing 2 different angles, except besides the same one, right, where they're pushing this this strong independent woman BS. So I don't think that the character Ashoka needed that. Okay, they could have came up with 2 other characters that were like completely doing something different personalities. They didn't need to back her up that way. Okay, so On the Empire side, right? The three characters that I'm seeing so far is you got that one dude, wears he's tall, thick guy. I have no. His name is like Bane or Brain or something like that. I like this character, right? He's like a stoic figure, stoic figure. Like kind of like the character comes across as like knowing who he is, knowing who he wants, having a vision, knowing what So I like the character. Okay, and then you've got like these two witches that he's hanging out with, right? One is a young one with white hair, Shin. The name is. I like that character, right? And then there's another witch that's older. Again, I also like that character. So it's not like I hate women, right? It's not like I hate women that know how to fight. I like those two characters. But those two characters are more realistic. They got like more real personalities. They got, like the flaws, because, with these characters, I guess they want to present strengths. They want to present weaknesses. The strengths and weaknesses that they present in those two female witch characters, they're believable, right? The strengths and weaknesses that they present on the other side, right? The Mandalorian and the green chick, the Asian Mandalorian and the green guidance counselor chick. The strengths and weaknesses that they present they're just not believable. It's just not convincing. Question is, like, am I going to go back and watch episode 3? The answer is yes, and the reason is because I'm rooting for the Empire. Okay, and that is probably what is going to save this Star Wars franchise in the long run, right? Because I think people are going to just get completely disgusted with these characters being presented on the Rebellion/Republic side. And people are going to start like really defecting over to the Empire, like I have. Okay, so and the interesting thing is, like, I never felt this way up until now, right? Because I watched like the original Star Wars. I watched the 3 that came after that, right? With Anakin. I watched the Mandalorian series, right? The one with Yoda. Through all of that, yeah, I was rooting for the Republican. If I was rooting for I was rooting for the Republic. I was rooting for Yoda, for the Mandalorian. So I watched the Boba Fett series. Some people said they didn't like it. I kind of liked it. Okay, but it's not until now, right, that they've got me rooting for the Empire. So these 3 characters are like, bleh, you can't stand them. These 3 women that they have on the Republic side. I mean, yuck. And again, it's not like I hate women, because you got 3 other characters on the Empire side, right? The 2 witches, right? The 2 witches on the other side. I like those characters. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go forward. I'll watch the 3rd episode, right? I'm gonna stick with it. Now, my patience with this kind of wokish stuff is not without limit. Okay. Now, let's look at the Star Trek series. Again, been watching those since the original series was on TV. Back in the 70s. I was a kid back then. But so I like the original series. Now, yeah, they loaded that up with some liberalish type of ideas, but they didn't like overload it, right? They didn't like throw it in your face that hard. The focus was more on the storyline, right? On what they were doing, right? They didn't like just say, hey, this is the main thing that we're going to talk about, So I had watched the Star Trek from the beginning. I watched the New Generation. I liked that. Again, they had some leftist socialist ideas in there, which I could kind of overlook. I could look past that to the stuff I like, okay? Then they did the Deep Space Nine. Kind of like that, right? Especially the Klingon Wars. That was I forgot what the different sides that they had fighting. That was also pretty cool. I like that. The Voyager series, it was okay. I kind of like that. Yeah, but there was things in there that I didn't like, but you could kind of look past it, right? Because they put enough stuff in there that I did like. But then they got to this Discovery one. Okay, the Discovery one, like the first season was kind of like, okay, I could stomach it because they had some Klingons in there. There was some good fighting. You know, at least I was actually rooting for, again, I was rooting for the Klingons in that one, right? Discovery, the first season was the one where they had me switch over to the other side. Okay, I started hating this Federation, started liking the other side, right? Because I was like, ah, these characters suck on this side. And then when they got to season 2, you know, I kind of reached my limit. I think I went a little bit into it. I don't think I made it to season 3 because there was just nothing there for me to root for, or you know, it just sucked. I just lost my patience with it. I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I can't watch this anymore. Like, I would try to watch it, like I would watch it for 5 minutes, and then I'd have to flip to something else. Okay, so Star Trek Discovery, I mean, they just completely ran out my patience. Okay, so a warning to Star Wars, you know, our patience, my patience, our patience is not without limit. Okay, there's only so far I'm going to go with this. I think in the long run, what they're going to end up doing, right, at some point they're going to just get tired of losing so much money and so many fans that they're going to, like, you know, at some point, I think that the Empire is going to end up coming back into power because people are going to be rooting for it. They're going to want the Empire to come back into power because they're going to hate the rebellion slash you know, New Republic side. So let me know what you guys think. So, you know, that's my rant for today. So you know, obviously this is completely off topic of the things that I normally cover in this channel, but I do from time to time cover lots of different things. Okay, one of the benefits of doing this is that it brings in other people to this channel and introduces them to some new ideas, introduces them to some new hobbies, maybe, right? Gets them into different things, right? So that's one of the reasons why I don't just focus on one thing on this channel. I focus on lots of different things that are of interest to me. So hopefully it draws in more people. So let me know what you guys think, and, you know, put it in the comments below, and I'll talk to you all soon.